Hey YouTube, welcome to the Subprime to Prime YouTube channel. Here our focus is to get you from subprime to prime, and that all starts with knowing where we want to go on our financial journey. Now this channel is for information and educational purposes only and is not intended to be legal or financial advice. Alright, let's get into it. In today's video we're going to talk about managing Chexsystems. Now Chexsystems is a consumer reporting agency that tracks and reports information related to your banking history. And, things such as your checking and savings account activity. If you have negative information inside of Chexsystems, it can impact your ability to open new bank accounts. And here are a few steps to kind of manage Chexsystems. Okay, so you want to obtain a free copy of your Chexsystems report to be able to review it, review the information on it, and you are entitled to one free report per year, and you can request it online or by mail, right? And so once you get the Chexsystems report, you're going to want to dispute any inaccuracies on that report, because that's going to prevent you from, it can go a little bit beyond, because banks often use Chexsystems because it is a reporting agency to determine a host of other things related to your credit profile. So if you find inaccurate information on your Chexsystems report, you should dispute them immediately, and you can do this online through Chexsystems website or by sending a written dispute with supporting documents by mail to them. And then you're going to want to pay off your bank debt. If you have bad checks floating around out there, or things of that nature, you overdraft, or you owed any extra money to these banks, they are keeping a record of it. And when they keep a record of it, they do not forget. So let's say you do get in great financial standing at some point, and you've had second chance banks, and then you're trying to move up and get back into the space of getting a regular bank account. If it's a bank that you've done business with in the past and you still owe them money, they will not necessarily open up that account for you, and you'll be kind of screwed in that respect. So you're going to want to pay off the debts that you owe them, and you can negotiate with them. You can negotiate a settlement with them. You can try and satisfy the debt over time. Once they've identified, hey, you still owe us this $300 from back in 2018 or whatever have you, just as an example. Okay, so you're going to reach out to the bank that reported the negative information to Chexsystems and explain your situation, whatever it may be. You might have had an incident, a medical or a major legal, that kind of took you out the game for a time. But you want to call them and explain your situation and see if you can negotiate with them to remove the negative entry once the debt is settled. Once you pay them off, they could be willing to remove it right away. And some banks may really try to work with you, and then you're going to want to wait for that removal to happen. The negative information in Chexsystems, typically it stays on your report. Let's see, look at my notes here. Let's see how long it could stay on there. So now the negative can stay on your report for 5 years. So that's a pretty long time for that's just not as bad, but just as bad as your a negative being on your credit report for 7 years. You're just 2 years shy, and this is banking information. Even beyond your credit report, you need banking to be able to receive payments and do business as usual. So if you're able to negotiate a removal, you're gonna end up waiting that 5 years, and it will fall off. And like I said, sometimes banks don't forget that that there has been some kind of shaky dealings with them. Now, I've spoken about opening a second chance bank account, and some banks, they do offer a second chance banking so that you can get back your good history or rebuild new history, so that in their eyes you aren't as big a risk once you start utilizing larger banks or better banks or whatever you want to call them. But they are an alternative to just getting having a prepaid card from one of these multitudes of companies. So if you can't open a regular bank account, second chance bank account, they still have the functionality. It's just that their lending products are typically super expensive. It's not cheap money to borrow from them, or receive credit and loans from them at reasonable rates. Because they're a second chance bank, you've already had blemishes, and so there you have that. And then you want to just maintain a positive banking history with them. You want to once you establish and get a bank account, you're going to want to just really truly maintain that relationship, and then over time you will be able to migrate back into major banks. Navy Federal is a bank that, it's not a second chance bank, it's a major credit union, but they are very lenient on people with blemished credit. They actually have over the years really have helped people out, and they will lend to you when others won't. And that is a bank or a credit union that you should definitely, if you can, become a member of Navy Fed via being a relative, parent, sibling, child of a Navy Fed member, or a roommate. Just to name a few ways to get into it, it would behoove you to do that. And they are really, really, really great at helping out those who have had problem credit history. And for the sake of financial growth, when don't beat yourself up about having a second chance bank. It's truly better than not having anything at all, and you're gonna want to really actually make the relationship work, so you can move on beyond it when it's your time. And also, if you are a person that does still in this day and age write checks, it would behoove you to make sure that when you do checks, that you're getting your checks from the bank itself or a very reputable checking company, because there is an insurmountable amount of banking fraud going on with regards to checks, and it's one of those ways that somebody can get a hold of that and destroy you in the process. So you always want to be mindful of something like that, and just protecting and guarding your finances as much as you can, because you don't need another faux pas to happen if you've been through one before. So if you found this information helpful, please like and subscribe, and hop on over to our school platform for Subprime to Prime, where we'll be diving into all of these types of things and getting you some additional training whenever you might need it. Thank you so much, and have a great day.